Good evening. It is wonderful to see you here this evening to celebrate this very, very special and wonderful service, this annual time of gathering together to remember. But it's more than that, folks. It's more than just remembering. Because if it isn't more than just remembering, if it isn't more than just a stroll down memory lane, if it isn't just a nostalgic trip to old words, familiar words, if it isn't more than that, certainly can be that. But if it isn't more than that, then each succeeding generation will move further and further away from the reason for this beauty. One of the things that captured me about Orthodoxy when I first began to explore and to see my life turned upside down by discovering the glorious truth of the fullness of the Orthodox faith was the beauty. The beautiful icons, the beautiful worship, the beautiful vestments, the beautiful words, and ultimately the beautiful theology. Me and my best friend journeyed together, and I never will forget him calling me up one day, and he said, "You know what? I think I can love this God." As he was reading about Orthodox theology, because we had been steeped all our lives in an angry God who was going to drop us into hell if we didn't do good. If we broke any of the rules, if we fractured any of His expectations, then it's the grease pole downstairs. Well, you can't love a God like that. You can fear a God like that. You can even serve a God like that, but you can't love a God like that. You can't love a terrorist. But what we discovered in the Orthodox faith was a God who didn't kill His Son on a cross just so He would be satisfied, but a Father who sent His Son to fight a battle on behalf of creatures He loved more than His own comfort. A God who wrapped Himself in human flesh and came among us to rescue us from the fear of death. Let's face it, folks, the fear of death, why, that causes all kinds of problems in our lives. Just look at all of the television commercials for makeup and rejuvenation and young forever. Look at the malt beverage commercials that say you only go around once in life. You better grab for all the gusto you can. Just look at all of the things on Madison Avenue that are constantly calling us to do this or do that, and then finally we'll be happy. All of it is an expression of our fear of mortality. But brothers and sisters, lying in the tomb tonight is the giver of life who had the most ingenious plan to destroy our enemy, death. He decided out of His grace to fill death up with life and burst it asunder. Tomorrow, we will move toward that night that is brighter than the day when we will hear the great good news that this momentary burial was the most temporary of situations. The true power of the goodness of God is His granting eternal life to all the world. And now, brothers and sisters, on this holy and great Friday, the issue isn't, are you going to live forever? Why, precious friends, that is a settled issue. You're going to live forever. God has granted eternal life to the whole world. What will we sing tomorrow? Christos Anesti. And we will say, Christ has conquered death by death, and on those in the tombs bestowing life. My precious friends, you're going to live forever. The only issue to be settled by an act of your own choice is whether you're going to enjoy it. And the faith once for all delivered to the saints, the beautiful, timeless, and always precious and always beautiful Orthodox faith is the perfect prescription to teach a man or a woman how to enjoy living forever. This is the faith that has established the universe. This is the faith of the Orthodox. This is the reason why our joy has lasted 20 centuries. And this is why our Orthodox faith will never go away. But make no mistake about it, my precious friends. You have to hold it, or you may not be a participant in this joy. On this Holy Friday, may God grant us the courage to be men and women who grab hold of the treasure set before us here and practice the faith as well as say we believe it.